Welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 3rd of December 2019. So yesterday, stocks, bonds and the dollar dumped on dismal data and trade tensions. Well, no surprise really if you watch the market alerts, because we'd already seen the implied volatility the day before being marked up. This was the previous day, and then yesterday we see this way beyond the 20 bar moving average. The question is, will they allow the market to correct? That's what's more important, and here you can see this a bit more clearly. Yesterday we broke through the 20 bar moving average in the implied volatility, and yesterday we closed below the 20 bar with the prices. So we're now red with the implied volatility, which indicates generally a correction. Last time they stopped the correction, which you see here, and brought the market back. So the question is, will they be able to do the same this time? On previous occasions, you can see how the market was allowed to correct and then brought back. But the last time it was stopped dead in its tracks before the implied volatility could increase by 100%. So let's have a look at yesterday's activity. You can see there the market closing through the 20 bar moving average, but overnight, as usual, they are trying to bring this back already, and it's going to be interesting to see whether they can do or not. There's a long way down to the 200 bar MA for this market. Should prices continue lower, it's always good to have a look and see, just in case they do allow it to correct. So from the close of yesterday down to the 200 MA is 1200 points away, nearly 1300 points for the Dow should prices be allowed to correct. But at the moment you can see their prices trying to get back above the 20 bar moving average. So what I would be inclined to do, just to test any sort of momentum to the upside in this market, is to go to the recent high. I think we've got a new high here, so 28,199, and then the other high is, this is 9 points higher. So what I would do is just click twice on the high of this bar at the moment as we wait for this low to be put in place today, and see if the market's got any motivation or momentum to get back to the 28,097 level. So yesterday we see the market below the 200 MA and below the DP level, and then we see prices just sell off from the start. So 100, 200, 300 points down, the market then becomes sideways, and we see some support coming in here, spike in the volume, and then just before the close, which is most unusual, they were allowed to continue to move prices a bit lower. But as you'll see going forward, overnight prices are now making their way back, having moved up 100 points. From this blue line to this blue line is 100 points, and heading back to the 200 MA and also the DP level there. News for today. Well, there is no news today, so this leaves the Dow free to move higher, because as it said yesterday, there was speculation with trade deals and all sorts of other things going on, manufacturing PMI, and so it allows the market to shake out and then move back to the upside. Although we are due for a correction, as I've been saying for a while, and we're due for more than a correction, but as I said before, they won't allow the market to crash. So don't be surprised if they bring the market back, and this is why it's key to actually see how much momentum the market's got and whether they can actually bring it back. And it fails, and then you get the correction going into the new year, if not before. Like I say, it's down to whether Mnuchin and co and the Fed will allow it. Simple as that. Meanwhile, in Bitcoin, very quiet for yesterday, narrow range, in fact narrower than Sunday, which is most unusual. So again, we've got a consolidation phase going on at the moment inside of Bitcoin. After the shakeout that we saw last week, we had that one day, well, perhaps a couple of days there where we saw the market move lower, and then since then we've just been in a consolidation phase. You can see there where we've had the sideways after we've had the spikes, and now we're seeing the opposite there. So again, bit directionless for this market at the moment. And yesterday, the market just managing to move up about $150 there before becoming really sideways and then getting stuck in a range up a bit overnight, but very quiet for this market at the moment. So that's a quick roundup of what's going on. I would expect today for us to make any prediction at all, but the Dow is free to move back to the upside and recover what it gave up yesterday, as there is no economic news unless Trump comes out and says something, or the Chinese come out and say something with regards to the trade deal that frankly I don't think will ever get done. But it's good to keep the market on the highs and to shake out the weak traders to move the market back to the upside as well. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know. But otherwise, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.